Hey guys, Tara here. Welcome back to an episode of GT Online Racing. So I'm starting mid-pack in the X80 Proto, and as you've seen by the title, these were actually my first races in 2 weeks, but because I record races in bulk, like in one go, like say this race, I may have recorded with 5 or 6 others as well, you won't see a break in races, but because I had quite a few backed up, I took 2 weeks off, and let's see how this actually goes. In the X80 Predator, which you've already seen from the previous stunt race video that I used this in, this car is quite the challenge really. And go there actually into second place already from starting about, I don't know, say 13th, 14th, didn't quite look why I started. And of course this race being Panic Stations, I think that's the name of it, because it's been a while since I actually did this race. And she's going to slide away right around the outside of a Wagner. And it's so interesting, why are Wagners driving so slowly recently? I don't think they've been patched or altered or anything. I don't know why that Wagner's going so slowly. Either we're in the lead of the race, actually, I'm not complaining about that, hearing a bit wide, they're going into a lamppost, and they're completely launched by the lamppost. Okay, so remember, I'm just throwing away the lead, but remember, lamppost equal death with this car. So with some cars, if you hit a lamppost, you can get away with it, but this doesn't seem like one of those cars. And somehow, though, we're still actually on the podium. I have no idea how we're still doing better than 20 of the people in this race. Actually, there's a car into the quarry there, into the Shusha, definitely not quarry, that's definitely about halfway around the map. We go back now into second place. I don't know what the leading car is. I'm hoping it's that Wagner that we just blasted past before, because that would be pretty simple to actually catch up again. But as I was saying before, this race is Panic Station, so it is pretty much a power track, but getting a horrible slide like that is not, well, because since this X8 Proto, along with my Banshee 900R when it wants to actually cooperate on my straight line speed cars, they're not going to be the best in the world for cornering now, coming now into this left-hander, getting a bit wide into another lamppost, and again launch once again and bounce into another lamppost, and that sends us right into the wall. Okay, that's the very much past Maldonado way to actually get to everyone corners. And I go 2 more Wagners. I mean, the Wagners just multiply. I'm going, no, let's go ring a bit wide into a bowl, and we've hit into the tram station. The exact same thing as this green car in front of us. I was thinking that I was thinking the car would oversteer like it did back when we slid around the Wagner, not just hit me with a wall of understeer. And this race has been absolutely horrific so far, really, hasn't it? And then coming now into final corner. Oh no, we completely missed the braking. We slammed into the wall, and we launched it around. And I will say that was genuinely my fault, because, like I said, I haven't raced in 2 weeks before this race when I was doing it live. And yeah, I haven't done this race in a few months either, so I completely derped out on how you actually do the final corner. But now coming down to lap 2 of this, so only a 2-lap race. I mean, it's been a while since we've actually had a pretty short race. Now we've got down in P6, well, up into P6 now as the footage jumps a little bit forward and take outside. Someone's there completely flip themselves out. And that's back up now into the top 5. We're just sliding away, just doing a 4-wheel drift. I mean, this car is pretty much like the supercar version of the Yosemite, which just slides everywhere around every single corner. It has no grip whatsoever. But now then, getting a pretty okay run around that corner. I mean, P5 is not going to be a bad result against this, my first race in 14 days. At least we're just getting another 4-wheel drift. I mean, if we could get some sort of like tandem going with this car, I mean, that would be something pretty nice to see. I mean, I'm just doing a solo tandem really. Definitely should get one of those like Japanese drift programs that you always, as there seem to be quite a lot of them, but I can't think of any of the names of any of them right now, of course. But either way, they're still, despite me rambling on, we're still actually doing pretty good on this lap so far. It's been a pretty consistent lap. Probably not been the fastest in the world, but then again, me driving this car, nothing really going to be too fast about that. And now I've still got about half a lap yet to go, and still, can we even try and catch anyone else in front? There's a few cars up in front of them on the mini-map, but they're about 5-6 seconds up the road. It's going to be something pretty special for us to actually catch up to one of them. But they're saying that, is that one of the cars facing the wrong way? That isn't one of the Wagners facing the wrong way. To get up now into P4 once again. And then, can we actually, is the podium dream still on? Can we still actually come away with a top 3? Because we arguably we should have won this race really. A huge slide around that. That's actually a positive slide. I mean, that's the name I'm calling it now, where you get a horrible slide, slows you down, because it's such a good line through the corner that it actually feels good, even though you went a lot slower around that corner than what you should have been doing. You get much more actually. There's first place is just finished out, and there's second place as well, so that's been a close fight to the finish. So it's a shame that we weren't actually there to join them. They're coming to the final corner. Can we try and get right side? We're into the pole once again. Now we're taking ourselves out. We try to go for the corner and just get a bit of understeer, and that really did not work out for us. We just flipped the car around though. We're still going there, and we're still in P4. How are we still in P4? How is that green car behind us? Lost so much time, but P4, my first race in 2 weeks, it's not the worst result in the world, but could have been quite a bit better as well. And coming on to the second race now, we're starting in dead last place. Okay, so normal services regime, but it actually doesn't look like last place. It's actually too far away from the lead. So not many people in this race actually got a 4-lap race. Okay, so we're going to have a lot of time in this race to actually learn the track and try and do something with this race. Then getting 92nd place and trying to wait up the inside. Yeah, the side just flies through the corner. How do they get such good speed out of the side and not just have a wall of understeer like I do in mine? Can you just kind of, oh, this kind of times it loads. We just slam into the wall and lucky to get away with that. Because if you hit those stunt race barriers, I'm sure, as you all know by now, you either bounce off them and stop dead, or get launched into space. Now then, still in P4, so I think that car behind us, that Italian GTB, is, I think it's Italian GTB anyway, but whatever that yellow car behind us is, I'm pretty sure is the car in last place, so it looks like as it stands, it's going to be a fight to not finish in last place with them, but I have no idea where I'm going on this track. It's slamming to the once again, very lucky to go away there, flirting with danger, actually get away with that. Now then, actually looks like it'd be a rather technical part of the lap, and technical parts of laps usually don't agree with me, but they work for the Zentorno pretty well when I can actually be able to drive around these corners. Actually getting very close there to all, I think that's good that little cone was on top of it there, because I saw the cone. So there's the apex, there's the sharp wall of the corner. And it's pulling away a little bit from this GT, but it's just pretty much in a no man's land of our own. Coming now to this next corner, we've gone way too fast, way too hard into that chicane, so remember that for the next lap there. There's actually a chicane and it isn't just a full speed left-hander. There's a bit of, well, we could use a bit more of the wall and the track on the exit, but given how this lap's gone, this is just going to be an exploratory lap, really, just try and learn the track and try and do something about trying to catch up to the top 3 net on the next 3 laps. We've still got long enough in this race to actually go. And still going to try and build it up though to that Italian GTP behind us. Now going into braking now for this uphill track, because uphill corners like that, one we just went over, I really don't like them because I either brake way too early or I don't end up braking enough and just shoot straight up into space. Like you do if you hit these walls sometimes. Now coming up now into the top now, this high speed left-handed game, we have a twitch, real twitch, really spun it around and we'll slam into the wall. And we just have to do pretty much like a sort of like semi-J-turn to get ourselves back going again, but somehow we're still in P4. That Italian GTP is absolutely nowhere to be seen. How are they having a worse lap than what I just did? My lap was horrific. So how was their lap even worse than mine? We're moving a bit further on though. I think this is still lap 2, I'm not quite sure though, but either way we're still in 4th place. We're now into this high speed, you go twitch and again, stop oversteer, wrap yourself around the bollard. Go on, there's the Italian GTB right on cue. We had the first lap of being horrific and they didn't catch it up, but now they catch us up this time. And the Italian GTB in real life, I know it's a McLaren, but I think it's the 650S or something like that, but I can't remember what my Zentorno is meant to be, but it's modelled after the colours to look like whatever it is. Is it an Aventador or something? I'm not really too up on my Lamborghini names because they're all really long and really Italian. But now then, cleaning out this corner, actually there's a Cobus line we can go for here. We're going to go straight for that Cobus line, use any advantage that we can get here to try and gain back on that Italian GTB, because this Zentorno got some mega acceleration and coming up now through this S6 once again, just trying to find some great pace on that Italian GTB. And they're going to fall around the outside, we go for a stretch line, we go a bit of a twitch, go on the curbing, just managed to stop ourselves from spinning out that time though, but that allows that Italian GTB to get back and forth. And now going to burn momentum now down the straight, because momentum carries you all the way down the straight, and look at that. They're pulling away from us so much, and they've got so much overspeed. Well, if that, or I've just got so much lost momentum going so slowly. And then on lap 3 for still 2 laps of this race left to go. Still got plenty of time yet to try and do something about catching up to that Italian GTB. And it's come now into this difficult right-hander. This slams straight out into the wall, taking a horrible line. And onto the wall. Oh, come on, no! We're getting so well. We just clipped that barrier on the end. Like I said, it either stops you dead or flips you out. And I'm still doing in P5, but going to have to pull out something pretty mega now if we want to catch up to that GTB. From actually saying that, they look like they may have a second. Oh, we're going to blast straight back past them. We're going back up now into P4. And he's slamming to the wall now, coming down to that's going to try and get for fun. We're going to be slamming to another bar. Oh, come on, I'm not doing this on purpose, I swear. This is honestly not on purpose. I was genuinely doing this bad, try-harding it this much to beat an Italian GTB, which has some seemingly mega straight-line pace. And through the corners where we should have the advantage, but with my horrific driving, we don't have any advantage at the minute, it seems. We've still got less than a lap and a half now to actually try and catch up to that GTB, because you can't even see the top 3. The top 3 are gone at this point. They're not even in the equation anymore. It's just the fight between me and this Italian GTB. It's the fight to not finish in last place. And then Queen now actually getting a nice apex there, pretty much. And we're getting a bit of a touch and exit there, but still using much more of the track. But we are actually catching up to that Italian GTB, because through the corners, if that's the Italian GTB custom, I think that's actually slower through the corners, or at least it's slower through slower speed corners like this anyway. If it's the regular one, then it's faster through slower speed corners, but slower through high speed ones. And then getting nice around the corner, and not going for the Cobus line that time, because given how terrible I've been in this race so far, I'm not giving any more risks, because I'm not finishing in this race in last place if I can have anything to say about it. And then going up now into this, confronting a nice airborne, actually get a pretty good landing there, so that's definitely the best I've actually took that corner all race. And now then, Coming up now to the finish line now to start the final lap now of the Grand Prix. I thought, yeah, I'm pretty sure these are mini Grand Prix now, because at the time of commentating this, I just commentated my Uni 1 career round 4, so still I've got a Grand Prix on the brain at this point, so that's going to be my excuse for that. Now coming around this right hand, we actually get a nice line actually around that corner this time. He's going to fly over the curbing. Now we're still getting all over the back now of this IGT. We've got so much more cornering speed. Actually, they slow themselves into the wall. It's going to cost them momentum. And then we're going for the coastline. Going to stay with this side now. Go for the coastline as well. Go for a little bit of bin or win. We're so close now to this outside GTB. We're in the strand speed. You can see they're still pulling away from us a little bit. They run out a little bit while we get a nice tight line here to the inside line. Cover less distance. So somehow we end up actually going faster through that. Now they're coming now through this like corners part of the lap now. The more technical part, we're still slamming to the wall, but still all over the banner. All this side GTB getting a bit of a slide though. That cost us a little bit of time. Just to get a bit of a slide there over the grass as well. We've got about half a lap of this race left to go now. They're slamming to the wall, it's going to cost them time. It's going to cost them momentum now. We're actually getting back down there. We're going to pull away on the inside. We're slamming to the wall once, slamming to the wall twice. We're turning in there too soon both occasions. But Italian GTB is still all over the back now. Coming into the chicane. Can we try and get a nice line through here this time? If you do, we get a much better line. Getting a little bit of a slide still. We're not going anywhere near as fast as what we could do. As first place actually just finished. And second and third. Now that was a mega fight for the lead, I bet. I wish we could have actually been there to see that. Or I'd prefer to have been part of that. But now, got 20 seconds now because there's only 5 of us in this race. Third place started the countdown timer, and we've got 17 seconds to get to the finish line. No way we're getting here. We don't give up to the finish line though. There might still be a chance. We might be able to get there. Still not going for that Combs line because with so little time left to go in this race, I do not want to have one more mistake which drops me back down into last place and leaves me nothing to do about it. And the countdown time is just about going to run out now, and that's going to be a DNF. And it's 4th place, but a DNF out of 5 people. Yeah, that pretty much just shows. That's why you don't go without racing for 2 weeks. Remember to leave a like if you enjoyed this video, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you're new, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. Also check out my Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, there will be links down in the description below. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.